Hey everyone, this is Steve with Collider, and I'm here in our South by Southwest studio with more of the cast of Y2K, which is probably my most anticipated film of South by.
Oh, sad again.
Mostly
That's
because
nice.
Kyle directed it, and I'm a huge fan of Kyle and his humor, and I'm so happy he made his feature. True or false, he made everyone watch Brigsby Bear before you started filming.
False.
You can neither
You made
confirm
me
or
watch
deny.
it.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
I forgot you're so good at deadpan.
That's right.
Oh, well, but for people that haven't seen Brigsby Bear, and I don't know if you have or have not, it is a fantastic film that you should totally seek out. It's really, he did not direct
Seek it out. It comes to you.
100%.
That's right.
100.
Marketing. There you go.
So one of the things about this film is, because I know how have you been describing it to friends and family without spoiling this film?
Y2K is a nostalgia trip that'll shock and surprise you, both in its content as well as in its themes. Especially if you're someone who predicates a lot of their interactions on nostalgia like I do, I feel like people really like it.
What is it like reading, for all three of you, what was it like reading the script for the first time? Because the film is one thing, and then midnight happens, and then maybe it's something else.
But the fact is, it shocked me from the start. Like, yes, it has twists. It changed. Like, it's 5 different movies in one movie. But at the same time, even the first 15 pages of it hooked me in a way that stood out. I remember reading it and going, this is something different, and this is weird, and this is unexpected. I've never read anything like this. And then that 30-page, like, boom, shift happened, and then it happens again, and it happens again, and it happens again. But it's interesting, and it's weird, and it's subversive from the start, I think, which I think is what makes it so strong. It's not, there's never a moment where you're, I think, uninterested. I mean, it may just be that I'm biased, but it hooks you and it grabs you, and then it just keeps grabbing on and not letting go. And I think that that's why this movie is going to be so exciting for people to watch.
Yeah, it's like a sweet movie about like friendship, and it's funny, and yeah, it starts out that way, but then the craziness happens, but then it ends up still maintaining this like sweet, like a sweetness throughout the movie. It's very like heartwarming.
And that kind of speaks to the brilliance of like Kyle and him, and like when the film is in their hands, it reads very funny. It's like a really dry wit that encompasses both the time it takes place in as well as the characters themselves. And then you get on set, and in the hands of such like comedic geniuses, it breathes a life into its own self, like with how spontaneous and exciting it is to find jokes on the day or like add your own take on it through the guidance of the directors. So hopefully that translates.
There's never a dull moment, and there was never a dull moment during filming.
No, exactly.
Like, it was always a wild ride,
That's
and I
right.
think that comes through on screen in a big way.
One of the things is, listen, if crazy shit happens in a movie, it doesn't matter if you don't care about the characters. So what is it about each of your 3 characters that the audience will resonate with or feel a kinship with?
I think first and foremost, especially because of the time period, it's the fashion. A lot of times I think people, especially because people have been trying to get on that 90s wave again, I think they'll see the way, especially with the brilliant costume designers that we've been so lucky to be blessed with on Y2K, is I feel like it's a true to form captured moment and like how people would express themselves through their clothing at the time. No better case than that than my character's outfit has a piece specifically, I won't spoil it if it matters, that I was like, there's no way they would wear that in the 90s. Sure enough, I texted my mother, and she was like, yeah, those were all the rage. Your father wore them all the time. And I was like, oh.
Did you keep it?
They didn't let me.
God!
It's in like a vault somewhere, which, hey, you
It's
never
very
know.
unique, so that doesn't surprise me.
There you go, naturally. Okay.
My character is like very into underground hip hop, and that's like kind of he like prides himself on that. So that's a lot of his personality is his music taste, and also his clothes, I guess. But I don't know. I think people who like underground hip hop are into the music that this character is into would resonate with my character.
Yeah. I think Ash has a quality to them of being the outcast and being kind of the voice of reason almost, that there's so many times during the movie where Kyle would chuck in a line at me and be like, can you be the one in the background that yells, what the is going on? And that was always ended up being my character, where I'm like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that thing? Where I'm like being the audience surrogate almost, and like yelling at the people for doing dumb stuff. And I think that's a part of me that I almost kind of forgot about, that I didn't remember immediately about Ash. And then watching the movie back, I was like, this is kind of fun, because it makes sense because obviously that's the character that I played, but it's funny that watching it as the audience, I resonated the most with Ash, because they are kind of this grounding force throughout the movie, that it very much feels like they're kind of this down-to-earth, kind of weird, unusual kid, and I ended up seeing a lot of myself in that character from the outside, in addition to putting so much of my character on the inside as well. So I'm hoping that translates.
Art imitates real life. That's it.
So true, bestie.
So I'm asking this question of all the people coming in our studio. It's going to be a super cut when it's all said and done, and part of this interview. But I'm asking everyone, if you could only watch one TV show for the rest of your life, what TV show would it be and why?
Oh, easy. The Simpsons. That basically is where I got my comedic timing from, if I have any at all. And I feel like if you were to remove the amount of hours I've watched The Simpsons over the span of my life, I would basically not exist. Yeah, it's a lot of time committed.
Great show.
There you go.
I would watch Vanderpump Rules because it's very entertaining.
X-Files.
Hey.
Not the last season or two.
No, just the first like 4 or 5 on repeat.
Sure, the first 4 or 5 are fantastic.
I could survive off of just looking at Gillian Anderson alone. Like, I wouldn't need food or water. I'd just be able to be like, this is sustenance to me.
Go.
Yeah.
We're on. I agree.
Yeah. We'll have a hang. Yeah.
100%. I would like to ask you an individual question. What is it like being part of a franchise that is so popular, and what happens after it comes out in terms of like the recognition that comes with being in a franchise like that?
I'm assuming you specifically mean Scream.
Perhaps, yes.
Yeah, right. I feel like any franchise or movie you're a part of is sort of predicated on what fans have attached themselves to the material and how they respond to it. And I personally feel like the Scream family has been blessed with some of the most passionate and excited fans who are just along for the ride, even if you want to take it in different directions. And I hope the same translates over to Y2K, so that in watching that movie, they'll see maybe similarities in tone and delivery that we'll be able to cross the two fandoms intertwining into one another, so that they can kind of coexist with one another. Then you guys will get to experience Scream fans in all their glory.
I know you weren't asking me, but I just got to be a part of the Chucky TV show, which is a very similar fan base. And so I did not remember this about you.
Yeah.
And we're also gonna have a hang, because it's really cool. It's really wild being a part of something that has such a passion to it, like horror does. And I like that our movie has those unexpected horror elements, because I feel like you don't necessarily, it is heartwarming, it feels so good, it feels so nostalgic, and then the horror element just kind of knocks you on your ass. And so I'm really excited for our kind of like horror franchise fans to come in and then hopefully be really surprised and excited by the fun kind of nostalgic slasher horror elements that we get to bring into this movie too. We're always just killing people, huh?
Basically.
We're always just killing people.
It's par for the course.
Yeah.
Art imitates life. No, I'm kidding.
So true, bestie.
Not even.
I want to do one other follow-up. What do you actually hope happens with the future of the franchise, which is obviously in a temporary pause?
Well, I hope, as it's been, that they put fans first, and assuming the fans are down for another Scream, that they're able to deliver something that pleases the people that have basically supported and created the franchise from the ground up. And I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, I know that there's someone off camera named Perry who's standing there. Scream is her favorite. I think it's her favorite franchise, favorite movies.
Well, that's funny, because Perry's one of my favorite people, so at least it's mutual. That's incredible.
All right, enough of Scream. Jumping back into this, because we're almost done. So what day, and I'm going to try to do this without spoilers, but what day when you were filming did you have circled because you couldn't wait to film something? And what day did you have circled because you were a little bit nervous about filming the scene?
Well, without spoilers, there is a porta potty experience that will haunt me for the rest of my life. And I think I speak for myself and Daniel and pretty much everyone else who had to be a part of that, there was it was basically before Porta Potty and post Porta Potty, because once that happened, it altered our costumes for the rest of the filming. So we very much had that day circled because it was our last day of freedom. And then for the rest of the day, so it's so that I'm very excited for people to see, and I hope that they respond positively to it, because it'll mean that it was worth it.
I am so nervous about what's going to happen on screen.
Man.
Good.
Yeah, I guess I'll say, the Porta Potty scene was very exciting to shoot, so I had that circled.
Exciting, Daniel.
Whoa, what did you say?
Well, yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to answer the question.
Sorry.
I was excited to shoot this Porta Potty sequence, and then I don't know. I mean, every day was kind of exciting and nerve-wracking.
So the first day was the most exciting.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just say the whole. I was just kind of figuring it out as I was going on. So,
Well, it worked. He's fantastic in the movie. I'm fans of these two as well, so I'm very excited to see other people interact with their work.
thank you. Everyone's so good in this movie.
Yeah, you know.
Answer the question, Mason.
No, the most exciting was the first day, because I was so nervous to meet you guys because I had heard you guys had done so well. I came in a little later than everybody, and I was nervous to meet everyone because you never know if you're going to get along with people creatively or in general, and y'all welcomed me in with open arms, except for you. You bit me, which really
Open arms and an open mouth.
But yeah.
Sorry, I really threw you on that one.
No, because I'm thinking about it, because in the way you make a movie, a lot of times the schedule changes. So to say like, oh, I was excited about this day, I do know, like, one day I didn't know that I was filming a certain scene that I was, would have liked to prep for, and then we had done it, and it's the spontaneity of figuring it out on the go, super fun. You just figure it out as you go. It's all cobbled together with stones and sticks and tape, and hopefully people enjoy it. Yeah. That's all you hope for.
I sincerely mean it. I am so excited to see the film tonight. I know, and I said it in the other interview, and you know how I know it's good? Because film festivals know what they have. Wow. And when they schedule things at Saturday night of opening weekend at 10 o'clock, that means they think they have a winner.
Hey.
So that's how I know the movie's good.
That's
because
incredible.
if it was like Wednesday night at 2 p.m., or Wednesday after, you'd be anyway. So
I thought the same thing. I was like, they know.
no, I'm telling you, that's how I know the movie's really good.
Wow.
Because it's the Saturday night slot.
There you go.
That's
I'll
it
take
right there.
that.
So
Saturday night's
listen,
all right for fighting, yeah.
on that note, Y2K is going to be in theaters at some point later this year. Ooh. And everyone, if you want to keep watching our South by interviews, just go to the homepage, refresh the YouTube page.
I'll be there.
All that stuff. Anyway, have a great time. Thank you so much for coming in.
Hey.
Thank you.